A very, very beautiful evening to you, viewer. It's 5:30 p.m. and that time of the day when we deep dive into the world of social media and find out all the things trendy, hot, and spicy on the internet. You're welcome to Afia TV Official on Afia TV. My name is Divine Onoha, your queen of great conversations, and as always, I'm here to give you all that is hot, spicy, and trendy. We have a lot of content lined up for you today, and actually, a lot has been going on the streets of social media, from X to Facebook to Instagram, everywhere, from the Davido and Wizkid banter to NYSC and the president taking a leave. A whole lot has been going on. We looked at some of them yesterday, and today we are going to be looking at some other stories that will be of interest to you. But I'm not here alone. I am here with a very, very beautiful lady. I don't know why I had a lady yesterday and I still have a lady today, and it's just perfect. She goes by the name Chimamam Ifeama, aka Adibo. Good evening.
Good evening, viewers.
How are you doing? How are you doing?
Well, I'm very well, except for our president, who is giving us basbos, giving
What
us
did he do this
hot.
time?
How can he leave us in this blah blue country and go to a 2 weeks break in UAE? I don't understand. With which money? I thought they said we don't have money again in this country.
I mean, we were talking about this thing yesterday, and a lot of people have been talking on social media, and we just took some time to really look at it. The fact is that for every of these trips, I'm very certain there is a budget.
Serious
for
one.
Every of these trips,
like
there's
a
huge
budget. It's not ordinary budget, like a very fat budget, in fact.
I mean, 2 days ago was Independence, and people were protesting.
And he couldn't even give a speech.
And he didn't, thank you. He did give a speech, but he did not address anything concerning protests.
He doesn't want to fall again.
Quite sad.
My bad. I didn't say that.
We didn't say anything. All right, but we're going to be taking a look at other issues. And the first I would like us to talk about is the NYSC issue.
Okay.
So, of course, a few days ago, we saw that FG has approved the 77,000 naira allowance for the NYSC core members.
Yes.
And yesterday, that's why I like social media, the fact that
It doesn't forget.
It doesn't forget there's that, and there's also that platform it gives to everybody. So everything has to be bare. Everything is bare. If you say it's 77,000, people are going to bring proofs. Did you actually pay 77,000 or not? So now we saw a proof, we saw a screenshot of a text message from a core member confirming that it's only 33K they've been receiving, and it's 33K they received this September.
I heard so.
Yes,
I
so
have a friend that is
that's the screenshot there.
Okay.
And it has gotten a lot of people talking. But now, while some people were, bashing the government, why would you approve 77,000 naira since July? And it has not been paid. Some other people are defending. Some other people are finding reasons around it. And, trying to explain to we that don't know, to a lot of people that don't know why these things are done this way.
Okay.
And we have the tweet here. It is from Aye Kuto on Twitter. She said that FG approved 77,000 naira doesn't mean it will be paid in the next salary. That is not how it works. Yes, their new allowance is 77K. Effective July 2024. This simply means that from July until FG starts to pay the new 77K wage, the corpers are being owed 44K monthly. And once the payment begins, all the arrears are paid in full. By the time 132K arrears are paid to one copper together with his 77K monthly allowance, I hope they will also announce it publicly. Unfortunately, most of you are mere useless sensational writers.
Wow.
Your journalism is as a result of hunger, not passion. Now, I'd like to get your reaction to this.
This is very good. Like, seriously, is the person trying to defend the government, or he's trying to prove a point that the journalists are hungry, or what?
Na collabo.
What kind of collabo is that? No, let's get this straight.
Okay.
How can a government that cannot be able to pay 77K for a month now pay you an allowance of 100 and whatever amounts you mentioned
at once
together? It's not possible. It's not actually possible, because if you calculate the NYSC duration, they told us 12 months, but they actually pay for 11 months. If you calculate it, it's 11 months. So how can a government that couldn't even fulfill their promise of paying you for 12 months, pay you 11K for 11 months, and then come back to tell you that they are going to pay you arrears? They have not even paid normal civil servants their minimum wage that they promised. They are still paying them the normal salary they are paying. So how can they now tell me that they will complete the payment? My sister, is not possible. It's just a dream. It's a fallacy. It's not possible.
So I think my own concern first when I read this is, on what capacity is this lady talking first? I'm not, it's not in my place to say it's a lie.
She's just looking for attention.
I'm not the government.
She's just looking for attention.
Maybe she's working with the arm that has been delegated to carry out
I can beat my chest. She doesn't even know what is it called, White House.
But we're not sure now. Maybe
she does. Tell her that I said so. She doesn't know that place. She's just trying to seek for attention.
So when I saw it, with how audaciously this is put, now I really don't know what the FG's plan is. I really don't know what the president's plan is concerning allowance. Yes. And quite honestly, I've heard while I was serving, I had situations where people, for some reason, didn't get the allowance, and somehow they were able to complain, table the matter, and they got their allowance.
Yes, yeah.
So if you want to look at it from that angle, maybe, just maybe, but the fact that this is not the president himself coming to say this and this is
that's the problem.
The fact that nobody is addressing it.
And it's not even from the chief of staff.
It's not from the chief of staff. It's not from any official body. It's not from NYSC.
And it's not from the NYSC. So this is a lie from Peter.
So we can't really trust this. We can't really trust this.
Sure. She's just seeking for attention.
But
we just hope that the government will see this and consider it to be true. You understand? But for this statement, I can tell you that it's a lie.
I'm saddened. I'm saddened by the fact that if we're not ready, why state July?
Implement a law that you know that you cannot carry along? Because since July to this month, it's too much. The gap is today, July, August, September, and this is October. Very soon now you hear November and December, and that's all. Some people, wait now. Some people that are supposed to be passing out this October, so they won't get that 7K, but we are fortunate to be in service when the law was passed. There is cheating there. So does it mean that when they pass out, they will still pay them? That's the point. So it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense.
It just doesn't make any sense. But let's take a look at some of the comments under this particular tweet. The first comment we have here says, I actually believe they will pay the arrears. Let all hands be on deck. We strongly believe in this administration that it will prosper and Nigeria will be great again. Amen. Fingers crossed. Abi? The next comment here is from Jato. It says, factos. Yes, we were paid 33K for September, but I'm very sure FG will pay arrears. So I believe. God bless Nigeria. Wow, that's some patriotic citizens here. And yeah, I'm proud of them. The next one here says...
Do you want him to be... I didn't say anything.
The next one here says, same government that takes years to pay arrears. These are questions, very valid questions. The next one here says, continue wasting your God-given time defending a government that is not defendable because they gave you a little change. Wow.
They didn't even give her any change.
Wow. The next comment here says, explanation. Everything about Tinubu, now explanation. The next comment here says, there's a problem with Nigeria if one has to go to this extent to explain approval and arrears to university graduates. It is well. And this is the final comment here. It says, whoever believes this your write-up is equally as stupid as you are. Wow. And of course, you trust Nigerians to not take it
they always have data. Say how you want it.
Any final words? Especially to the core members now who have been hoping for this thing to come.
Well, there is no long talk in evening mass. And people will pre-see, they give sermon.
That's a deep proverb.
They should ride on and be waiting and be trusting in Nigeria. We hope it will get better soon.
All right.
They should not lose hope. The 77K is on the way.
It's on the way.
Maybe when he gets back, something will change in mind.
Done. Yes. We're trusting and we're hoping and we are waiting. For now, fingers crossed. We'll just wait for our president to return and let us know what is the way forward. But until then, we are here giving you all the details. We'll take our next story. Are you anticipating?
A lot of things are on social media. I can't wait.
Okay, but we'll take this very short break, and when we return, we'll dig right into it. Don't go anywhere. You're welcome back to the show. It's still Afia TV official, the show that brings you all the hottest stories on the internet, the show that brings you all the fresh perspectives and hot takes. And today is not any different because I'm still here, seated with the very amazing Chimam. Welcome again to the show.
Thank you.
Okay, so we just talked about NYSC and the federal government, the 77K allowance and the 33K, which we're not sure which one is going to, which one our core members are going to be receiving. We're just keeping hopes up and, of course, fingers crossed. But we'll be getting into our next story. And this is another tweet that, is trending on the internet. Okay. And it's a story. It said, I heard 2 siblings took poison and died after misplacing their mother's phone. One is 18 years old and the other was 10 years old. They were scared their mom would beat them, so they decided to end their lives. This sad event happened in Peru. Now, this particular tweet has generated a lot of reactions. There are people saying that mother of theirs must be a very wicked person.
Very wicked.
For the children to be so scared to the point of taking poison and taking their lives. Now, there are other people saying this story is very fake. Such a thing cannot just happen. And there are other people saying that the blame is on the kids. Because someone who is 18 years old, let's leave the 10 years aside, someone who is 18 years old should know that going to that length just to avoid punishment it's too extreme. Yes. So what's your take on this?
Well, before I comment anything, may their soul rest in perfect space.
Amen.
What do I say? I can't blame the person that said the story is fake. Let me start from there. Because, a lot of things come up on social media.
On social media, yeah.
So we don't actually know the one that is real and the one that is fake. Whichever way, if it turns out to be real, one, I'll blame their mother very, very well because she have done a lot of things that are worse than death to them that warrant that 18-year-old to even think about death. You understand? Because I can't see a reason why just because you misplaced, you're not even sure yet that you've lost it. You just misplaced it because there is a difference between misplacement and lost. Lost is that you are confirmed that you've lost. Misplacement is that you don't actually know the place you kept it. So she should have, the woman is supposed to be held detained. She should be detained for the meantime. She should be questioned to know what she usually do to those kids that will instinct that kind of fear in them. Yeah. You understand? Because for you to even think of taking your life at the age of 18, do you know what 18 means? 18 years, taking your life, no, it's too deep. Then on the other hand, I'll blame the kids. I'll blame especially that 18-year-old too. He should have kept on, or look for someone that will plead on their behalf or something, or pushed forward to look for the phone. Because I don't even know. The story is so sad and I can't even speak much on it because taking a life and taking your own life, one is a sin against God and against you. You didn't even think of yourself, the future that you would. That because she's carrying a lot of destiny. They are carrying a lot of destiny in them and that destiny is wasted now. So they can't manifest their destiny again. Who knows? One of them might be the president tomorrow. So we have lost a president. Along the line.
It is quite sad. It is really sad. And trying to look at it from all angles now, can we really blame the children? Because after I went through so many comments, I saw people blaming the trends. Because the truth is that suicide has become more rampant than ever.
Sure.
A lot of people are blaming social media.
It's true.
A lot of people
100%.
are blaming social media.
I blame social media.
So it's just but now coming to the kid, it's what punishment? Anyways, at the end
that's
of the
why
day,
I said
that
their
woman
mother
needs to be
very,
interrogated. Because
very
what's
well.
the punishment that you not collect? People are saying this is Gen Z behavior. That back in our days, our parents would do a lot of
we
things,
take anything. Who goes you now? We can take beating, biting. My mother always throw broom. If she can't get you, she will just throw a broom and she must definitely get you. You cannot run away from that broom. No matter the distance you are, she must definitely get you. At times she will use cane. She can use a turning stick anything available. Why would she want to take her own life? Maybe the woman might have even killed them if she have noticed about the misplacement of the phone.
That's another angle, because at the end of the day, who now told the story? Since both kids died.
So who
now told the story?
Okay, you now see where I said
the person know that it was
they
because
misplaced
of the
their
phone?
phone.
How did the person know that they took poison? Did they leave a note? Did they?
I don't know.
This is so sketchy.
That's why I said in the first place, I don't blame anybody that thinks it's fake.
Okay.
That's why I started from there, because you don't know which is which until you are an eyewitness. So especially this Beans story that is going around, I heard of one that happened at Gariki. The woman lost 3 kids. One is struggling for his life in the hospital. So I sent it to a friend. The girl was beating her chest, telling me, Chimamba, this is fake.
Wow.
I even had to post it on my status. Immediately she told me it's fake, I deleted it immediately. So I got a lot of reactions from that comment. So we're saying that if it's fake, that do I know how many people that have eaten beans on that street? Let me not go far. On their street for that week, that nothing happened to them. That if the beans is poison, it was poison mainly for those kids. Because the story carries it that the woman, their mom, bought the beans from Gariki Market and prepared it for them for lunch.
Then
they took it to school.
We should hear more stories of death if it's a bag of beans.
So immediately she gave me that point that if the beans was poison, it was definitely for those kids, not general beans. So I had to put that feeling and that thought out.
This is just so sad. But let's go back to the story and some other point of view around this thing. Is it true? Because this has been some sort of a debate. Is it true that children raised with really, really strict parents turn out badly compared to the children that are, that are raised with love? Let's say
no.
It's not true. Children that are raised with strict
my mama,
they turn out well.
Soldier. My mother is a soldier. Anybody that knows her knows she's a very good soldier. She raised me. Let me not talk about my siblings because we weren't much living together. That's a story for another day. She raised me with an iron hand. So look at where I am today.
So you're saying it's good? You don't think there are people that it has had a bad impact on?
Do you know that there is 2 different things between raising a child with an iron hand, thereby instilling discipline into the child, and being abusive?
Okay.
There are 2 different things. Being abusive and being a disciplinarian, they are not the same.
And I think there's a thin line anyways.
That's been using harsh hand. So if you are being a disciplinarian, you know when to stop.
But
if you are an abusive parent, you wouldn't know when to stop. So that's where the line.
I think this pretty much sums it up at the end of the day. Parents, please. Parents, please. I would have said, raise the children with love, but at the end of the day, we need discipline as well. So just find the balance. Find the line. Know where to stop. Know that this is the boundary. Don't say you're doing discipline and turn into an abuser and abuse your kids and send them to untimely graves. Please, so that stories like this don't repeat itself. Sure. But let's just take a look at some of the comments before we get into our tweet of the day. The first comment here says, if this is true, then the nature of relationship with their mom should be investigated, just like we've said here. The next comment here says, children of nowadays needs to be handled with care, not like our own time that beating upon beating. The thoughts of harming oneself never even crosses our mind. Okay, but that gene is full of social media. Sad. The next one here says, this clearly shows the parenting style of their mother. Teach your children to have respect for you and others and not have fear for you. I hope she's happy now. The next here says, mothers, train your kids with love and not fear. Those kids would have just apologized to their mom and not end their lives. The next one here says, thank God for my parents. Growing up, we were raised in love, that even when my mom travels, we are happy. And, we weren't raised with love, that even when, okay, I get what she's saying. Even when my mom travels, we were happy because my dad will pamper us even more. I've seen a family that once they hear daddy's car horn, everybody goes into hiding, including the wives. That is true. And this one here says, definitely not their biological mother. It's impossible. And the final comment here says, I once drank kerosene when I was 8 and nobody knew because I was accused of stealing meat when my mom when my mom told me to open my mouth, nothing was found and no apology. I was tired. I didn't even know how come I didn't die. Wow, that is quite abusive. But of course, we've said what we have to say concerning this. Everybody to whom all this may concern, take note. If you're a child, to yourself, think. You're a child, you're 18 years old. It's not worth your life. Such a thing is not worth your life, really. There are things you just go and confess, take the beating, take the punishment. You shall not die. You will just cry for a while. And I mean, that's what life is about, basically. But let's take a look at the final story, which is our tweet of the day. And this is to you. It says, girl to girl, stop cooking spag for people's boyfriend. Person go suffer, get baby. You go use delicacy still up. Now the question is this actually possible? Is it possible for people to cook their way into a man's heart? Is it possible? I know that people always say this, the way to a man's heart is his tummy and all of that, but really now thinking critically about it, can you steal a man that does not want to be stolen with food? I know I put it this way.
Like, you got me there.
A man that does not want to be stolen, can you steal him with food?
Excuse me, there is no man that doesn't want to be stolen.
There's no man that that's even worse. That is even worse.
There is no man
that
I
doesn't
put
want
it
to
to
be stolen.
you. There is no man that doesn't want to be stolen. Just that some just want to be self-disciplined. They will stick to one woman and one woman.
And that is it now.
Just like you
sticking
rightly
to one
said.
woman means they don't want to be stolen.
They want.
They still
If there is a chance, they will.
You have trust issues.
No, I don't have trust issues, but I'm just trying to tell you the reality of life.
Okay.
Because you already said it. The way to a man's heart is.
It's not me that said it though.
You said it now.
I don't believe it.
You said
That's
it.
what people say.
Okay, I believe it.
Oh, you do?
100%.
Okay, why?
Because now chop, now in the think. If you know chop, you know
Word.
think.
Word.
If you know chop, your love will be blind. But if you chop, your love go to see.
How did you come about this theory?
Telling you, because if I read something online this morning about different types of women that we have. It's a lot. Like the guy really dealt with us, but that's by the way. A man can love you because of your outlooks, because of your curves and everything, but you don't know how to cook. He might love you like forever and ever, but that doesn't mean that there's no chef beside.
If he loves the lady, why won't he send her to a culinary school? Or
some ladies
now?
are not teachable. Some are Gen Z generation. Some are, I don't want to date him around, you know, all those kind of things.
So you're saying that there are no men out there who don't mind. They totally don't mind if their ladies cannot cook. And they want to stick with that lady.
Yeah,
they're
100%.
There are men like that who don't mind.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Shouldn't that be the standard? Shouldn't that be the way to do things as it regards love and relationship?
You don't expect me to behave the way you behave.
I'm saying generally speaking,
I'm
if you
still
love
saying the
someone,
same thing you're saying. You cannot expect me to be the same way you are. Some men, you know, their mothers are good cooks, so they were raised with good food. Along the line, he might see someone, maybe a rich lady that has money, and he doesn't have money. Some even resort to cooking for the lady. Let it just be that the relationship stands. But if you notice that kind of relationship, it doesn't last. Because any small thing, he don't start to cheat. And once he starts...
Because of the food.
Yes. Because he will, the bad place, the worst place for a man to take advice is on a round table with beers on top of the table. That's beer parlor. That's the worst place a man can go. So, to the ladies out there, if your man sits in a round table, men gossip more than women. I'm telling you.
Okay, I think at this point I'll get my jotter because I'm learning a lot of things.
Men gossip more than women.
Okay.
Once they are on that table with that green
The
bottle.
way you sound so sure,
I'm telling you from a life experience.
Wow.
They gossip a lot. So that's once you have issues with him, he will go on that meeting ground. And he will feel like pouring out his heart to a fellow man, not knowing that he's pouring the heart to a wrong man, to a wrong person to say. Then advices will start coming.
And we know the kind of
things
advices
will start coming up on your head. You understand?
Wow.
So you must definitely pick that advice, whether you like it or not, unless they will tell me a woman.
Okay. So we've run out of time, but I have learned a whole lot. I don't know why I did not come with my jotter so that I can jot things about men. Let me know if this dating pool will favor me. But thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. It was quite insightful things. I'll watch this over and over again so I can get more tips. And to you ladies out there, don't allow anybody to steal your man with spaghetti. So you better go and learn how to cook. If you cannot enroll yourself in a culinary institution, you go on YouTube. You'll find all manner of recipes there. You've heard from Chimamanda. She said it's very possible for a man to be stolen. So please, find a way to learn how to cook. And on that note, we are wrapping up the show. Of course, we are not leaving you forever. We still have tomorrow, and we have every weekday to be on the show, same time, same station, to give you all that is hot, trendy, and spicy on the internet. Thank you once more for watching. Thank you for joining us. My name is Divine Onoha, your queen of great conversations. Have a lovely, lovely evening ahead. Bye.